So we're going to start off by looking at the ecosystem in which the Woolsey fire occurred in. And it is defined as a chaparral ecosystem, which is characterized by dry soil, short shrubs, and warm weather. Fire risk of chaparral ecosystems is greatly intensified during drought, which we can see in the seasons leading up to this fire. Oak trees and dried grass fields dominated the area, and those are highly flammable, especially when dried out and dying. Kind of seemed like tinder just waiting to go off. Natural conditions are infrequent but large and high intensity fires, which we can see here. And chaparral ecosystems are also unique to the Pacific coast of North America. So, keeping those in mind, we can look at how it spread so aggressively and quickly. So, the ultimate driving force was wind, as is the case with most large fires. But with Southern California specifically, we have Santa Ana winds, which are characteristic of this area and time of year and often accentuate wildfires, which can be seen in diagram in the picture in the top right, where we see wind coming from the high desert over the mountains and then driven down the coast. And then we can also see actual atmospheric satellite footage, or a picture at least, that shows this. Reports by Athenium Analytics show unprecedented wind speeds the night of the fire from 50 to 70 miles per hour. And the LA County Fire Department reported that there is also an overall lack of organization communication on their part. So the winds and the miscommunication of some of the organizations that were fighting this fire definitely helped it spread faster than it may have done naturally. All right. So looking at the impacts of the fire, physical impacts first, there were 295,000 people evacuated, which just shows how close this was to urban areas. It occurred in Ventura and Los Angeles counties, which are very populated centers with urban sprawl. So 295,000 people, which is a lot of people. 1,600 structures were burned and almost 97,000 acres were burned, most of which was federal parkland. There were 3 deaths, there were 5 injuries, 3 of which were firefighters. And then I think, in my opinion, the biggest physical impact was that 88% of the Santa Monica federal parkland was burned, which is home to a plethora of different species and endemic biodiversity. Furthermore, monetary cost wise, the Woolsey fire is estimated to have cost $4.2 billion in damages, which is $4.56 billion with inflation. So today, for reference, last year, so 2022, wildfires cost $11.2 billion in damages across the United States. So this was almost a third or more than a third of that in one fire. However, the number is a summary, and the true cost was the hundreds of homes lost and the challenges of rebuilding these communities that the families faced afterwards.